Yeah, I got some new people. I got Bridger and Bryn, and maybe that's everyone else is old like me. Welcome to the new young people. I'm super happy. These games are hard, man. It was so fun to have a crowd in here, but the gym sure felt weird the first 10 minutes. It felt weird to our guys. It's so interesting because it's such a different energy, and we're so incredibly grateful for it. But it was like, it felt super weird in the gym the first 10 minutes. Like, people were reacting to plays, and there was cheers, and it was fantastic. It's funny. It seems like it's been a long time since we had people in the gym. So we're incredibly grateful to President and Keith Vorkink and Tom and Brian for, and our whole medical team for allowing that happen. It's awesome. I couldn't be more proud of our guys for coming away with the win in a hard-fought game. And let's roll, guys. One more game. That's it. What?
All right, go ahead, Mitch.
Yeah, Coach, record-setting night for Alex Barcelo. When he's on like that, just what does it do for your team when he's playing at that efficient of a level?
I'm going to tell you what. So this is Alex Barcelo. He was just toying with his shot today. So you notice how every shot he shot with more and more arc. He knew they were all going in. First of all, he didn't miss his whole shot the whole morning at shoot around. It was incredible. And then he just was like, he was shooting it higher and higher and higher so it would take longer to get the rim so all the fans could actually take it in. It was amazing. I don't know what you do with this kid. Like, I'm so grateful I don't have to play against him, because I'm not sure what to do. He just is, he's tough as nails. He gets wherever he wants on the floor. He's so physical. He's a diligent defender. He's an unbelievable leader, and he's going 7 for 7 for the three-point line. It's an all-time BYU record, I think. Man, it's super fun, huh? So great.
Go ahead, Norma and Matt.
You kind of mentioned how different it was to have fans back in Marriott Center, but how did it help you guys in a game like tonight where there was a lot of back and forth action early on, and then late in the game, the Dons just kept threatening that lead?
Yeah, this San Francisco team gives us fits at the end of the game, man. Like, they could just be normal the whole game, and then they're just going to bang like 17 threes in like a 7-second span. They just do, and we kind of know it's coming and expect it. I don't know that it had a huge impact on the end of the game, but it sure was beautiful to have people in the building.
Coach, Caleb Lohner, 1 rebound shy of a double-double. What's impressed you the most about his development over the season?
Caleb Lohner worries about the right things. That is his greatest accomplishment this season. He's a freshman that worries about the right things. He went, guys, what did you go, 6 for 9 from 3 or 7 for 10 from 3 on the road last week? You guys probably know better than I did, but something ridiculous. And he's the leading three-point percentage shooter in our league that shot over 10 in league play, and he's not worried about it. And it's incredible for a freshman to come in every single day and say, let me figure out how I can be a force on the glass and how I can really, really lock down on my defensive assignment. And when you build your game that way like he's doing, which very few players are smart enough or willing to do, you have a chance to grow into something really incredible. I thought his performance was unbelievable. He came with a couple of huge plays for us, none bigger than the offensive rebound where he skied over 4 dudes and came down and pivoted and then kicked out Alex Barcelo for one of those rainbow, 17-second in the air threes. And it's just he just continues to amaze. It's really hard for these kids, man, because their families and their prospective agents and media and everybody is trying to convince them that the things that aren't the most important are really the most important. And every single one of my guys hears that every single day. And Caleb Lohner is like, he's centered enough to understand that he's building his game on a reproducible every single night platform. if you look at Caleb Lohner, Norma, what is it, the last 8 games? Maybe last 9 games? He's been over 1 point per possession every game, and he has been a consistent contributor every single game, just getting better and better and better. Like no freshmen do that, but he's doing it because he's worried about the right things. I'm so impressed with this young man. I'm telling you, he's going to be a star if he can keep worrying about the right things. Like we're just going to watch him keep his trajectory is crazy. Just keep worrying about the right things. It's awesome.
All right, we'll go to Sean, Jake, and Mitch.
Coach, that was a really good macro answer about Caleb right there, just on the season and kind of everything he's meant. I want to go super, super micro. What was kind of your reaction? How were you feeling when he threw down that absolute hammer where I think it was Spence kind of hand off to him at the free throw line and he just threw it down like that? What were you thinking?
Well, my first reaction was I'm glad he still had legs to make it because last game he didn't, right? But listen, he's got an unbelievable upside, and it's just fun to watch. You know, it's unfortunate that all of Cougar Nation hasn't kind of been able to be with us through the season like you guys have. I mean, you guys have been able to at least see everything. And, I mean, you guys tell me, isn't his trajectory really special right now? You know, 10 games ago, he was kind of catching the ball and looking around like a deer in the headlights, right? And just things were happening so fast, and he's making smart, consistent, reproducible plays right now. So if you want to get into micro, you want me to just talk about that player, you want me to talk really specifically about him?
No, that was pretty much it. I was just wondering what you were thinking about that play because it felt like this entire gym just erupted.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it that loud all year, and I was just wondering if you guys were kind of that way on the bench too.
Yeah, no, listen, he's a special athlete, and I mean, you know, the thing that matters to us the most is winning. And so, like, it's, you know, I know that that's a raise the roof dunk, but I'm telling you, the rebound he made was way more impactful on the game, right? And it was just as ridiculous an athletic play. It was funny that on the road, Caleb started grabbing offensive rebounds in both games, and you could hear the bench on the opposing team like screaming, block him out, because you know that's all they'd gone over in scout for the last 3 days, right? They just said, we have to find a way to block out Caleb Lohner, and nobody can do it. And, I mean, so his athleticism, that really extraordinary athleticism is being manifested in all kind of different ways. And then on the offensive end, at the rim, with him making plays like that, that's going to continue to come more and more and more as he becomes more comfortable. But like I said, I'm so grateful he's staying focused on that dunk wasn't the most important thing for him tonight. Like in his mind, like if you talk to him, I hope he answered this way because if he didn't, I'm going to have to talk to him. But I would guess that what he thinks the base of his life is these offensive rebounds and his defensive assignments.
Awesome, Coach. Well, we're reporters, so we've got to ask the question that I'm sure you're probably not going to love the answer to, but we have a really big game going forward on Saturday.
Yep.
So what's going to be your message to the boys going forward after this big win?
Well, it's the same. You know, it's the same for us every single game. It's one of the things that I'm really proud of our guys over the last 2 years is we recognize that it's going to be the hardest game we played all season. Just like tonight, you know, San Francisco comes in here having lost 7 of 10, and my guys understood that this was going to be the toughest game we played all season tonight. And they you know, we believe that. It's how we approach every game. And so certainly that's how we'll approach St. Mary's. I think St. Mary's held Pacific to 2 points in the first 10 minutes of the game. They're playing right now. So they're going to guard, and they're going to push and shove and scratch and claw and just bully and beat us up. And so we know what we're in for. It's going to be a heck of a game. It's senior night. It's I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to have significant implications on conference standings. I think that might be relatively squared up by tomorrow. But it's an important game for us in terms of us continuing our momentum, us getting better, us trying to grow our positioning for NCAA tournament possibilities. So it's a huge game, and it's really important for us to honor our seniors.
Go ahead, Mitch and Matt and Jake, and we'll finish up there.
Yeah, Mark. With the I was looking at the turnover margin in the box where you guys were -5 in that area. What can be done from your group to maybe improve on the turnover side of things heading into this regular season finale and ultimately the postseason?
Yeah, it's been a huge key for us. It's obviously really, really, really important for us. I think our guys have made progress. We had whoops, that's a halftime. What did we end up with? 14 or 12? We had 12 tonight. I think we had 16 on the road at their place, so it's a little bit of positive progress. Their backcourt is two of the leading steal guys in our league. And in fact, they're given a ton of freedom where they actually can cheat. They don't actually have to keep you in front of them. You saw at the end of the first half when we ran the pistol, Alex got a layup, and then Brandon Averett got a layup back. I think they were back to back, and it's just because their defensive mantra is not really to be solid; it's to take every risk they can to come up with steals, and so we've done a great job. Like I said last week. Alex and Brandon were 21-5, so they were over a 4-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio on the road last week. That's spectacular. Tonight, Alex Barcelo, with as much as he had the ball in his hands, he had 0 turnovers. That's because as soon as he caught it, he just shot it because he knew he was going to make every single shot. But so I'm super proud. That's a huge performance from Alex Barcelo. In terms of protecting the ball. I mean, everyone's going to talk about the 7 for 7 and the record and the whole deal, but his ability and physicality to protect the ball, especially down the stretch late in the game, was massively important. So you're hitting on one of our 3 key points going into postseason is that we have to work harder to protect this ball. Spence gave us great minutes tonight. He can do a better job protecting the ball. BA can do a better job protecting the ball. Gideon actually made some huge contributions. He can do a better job protecting the ball, and we got to do it all around.
Coach, do you feel like your team is peaking at the right time?
I do feel like we're getting better every day. And that's really hard, guys. I mean, I know I say that every single post game, every single media session. You guys hear me talk about getting better every day. And it gets old to you guys just like it gets old to our guys. It doesn't get old to our guys because they don't believe in it. It just is exhausting to try and get better every day. But, yeah, I think we're getting better. I do. I think we're getting better. I think Caleb's trajectory. I think Gideon's trajectory. I think Alex and Brandon's trajectory. I think Matt Harm's trajectory. I think all these guys are getting better. They're getting more comfortable with each other. They're able to figure things out on the court. So I do think we're getting better.
Mark, I wanted to ask you, Portland announced that they're going to have to shut things down here due to COVID. I'm far from me to try and jinx you, but how impressive has it been in your mind that you guys have been able to avoid any sort of COVID shutdown on your end this season so far?
Well, listen, I'm gonna give you 2 answers, okay? The first one is the answer I want to give you, and that's really generally my guys have no social life whatsoever. They're just all pretty boring dudes that like to hoop and go to school, so we don't really get exposed. So that's the answer I'd like to give you. The second answer I'll give you is probably more legitimate. My guys they're all feeling a real commitment to this team, and they're all working really, really hard to stay safe. And then the most legitimate answer is we've been really fortunate. I mean, we've been really fortunate. And now it matters. I mean, we're not letting COVID take another tournament away from us. It can't happen. And so, I think as the season's gone on, we've got increasingly cautious, and we'll continue to be increasingly cautious, and we're super prayerful, and we're super hopeful that doesn't happen, because these guys have worked really, really hard and sacrificed an awful lot for each other. So we're going to continue to be careful.
All right, that's it. Thanks, Coach.
Hey, I'll give you guys something if you need something. Connor Harding pregame speech today. If you need something, a little byline. His pregame speech was all about honoring toughness and about how we honor toughness. I thought it was super impactful on our team. I thought it was beautiful. It actually is a definition of our team, is how our team honors toughness every single day, starting with Alex and Brandon and Matt Harms, but this idea of honoring toughness, that actually has a chance to take us a long way. We're going to need to honor toughness on Saturday because it's going to be a brawl. But this idea of honoring toughness, I'm really grateful to Connor Harding for bringing that to our team today. I think it made a huge difference in our work. Appreciate you guys. It's fun to win. See y'all.